Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 24th of December 2022. So I just want to say happy holidays. It's Christmas Eve if you're celebrating Hanukkah or anything else. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I want to use my deck of cards for today's reading, the Gregory Tarot. You can see my beautiful handwriting on there. I'm just going to shuffle the cards a few times and then I'm going to choose three to see what energy you'll be working with on this day and what the 24th looks like overall. So let's have a look. Right, first card is the Queen of Wands, fab. The Four of Swords, okay, and Judgment. Okay, so let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of here. The Queen of Wands is a court card. This is a woman who's just at her art opening. She does all sorts of things, portraits and animals and landscapes. She's multi-talented. We've got the wand here. So she's someone who is living her life to the best she can. She's creative, she's fulfilled. She's getting a round of applause here so other people appreciate her output. And it's a real moment of victory and success. She's taking a bow here and she's saying, thanks guys for enjoying my passion as much as I do. And I'm glad that I opened this whole thing. So the Queen of Wands here on this day says that you are able to identify and live your life purpose, that other people are very likely to support you in any endeavor like that. And the black cat here means that she's protected from any negativity. So ultimately, even if these people were booing, it wouldn't matter because for her, it's important to put this out there and she enjoys the process. And whether it goes well or doesn't really is irrelevant. It's her purpose. It brings her joy. And that's more than enough. Obviously, people applauding is a better outcome if she's looking to kind of sell the art or to create a real career around it. And because it is the Queen of Wands, the likelihood that your creative output is going to be received well is kind of guaranteed. Also, it's not just about being creative, it's about living your life purpose in any field. So if your life purpose is to work in finance, or it's something that isn't even related to work, like you love to go on hikes or you love to travel, or your big joy in life is education and learning, if you pursue the thing that brings you a sense of joy and fulfillment, you're very likely to meet other people on that journey. And you'll also meet people who can support you in taking it even further. So with this card, I think it's very important to kind of try and connect with others, to share your experiences and to talk about what you love and enjoy. It's very likely to connect you with someone who either has experience themselves or they want to support you. It's a really good combination of you as the person living your passion. We've got this red dress here. And other people seeing that, being attracted by it, and then doing everything they can to either help you or to be part of your journey. It's really a very rich kind of moment in your life that makes things even better. Next, we've got the Four of Swords. Usually the Four of Swords is about, usually it's depicted as a knight who's wearing armor, lying in church. He's got a stained glass window above him, and the image depicts an angel coming down and giving the person who's contemplating or meditating or resting some sort of wonderful information or a sense of love and support. And it's very much about taking a moment to contemplate before you rush off into action and asking your guides for the messages that they have so that you're moving in the right direction. In my deck here, obviously it's a bit different. This is from Edgar Allan Poe. We've got this guy strapped down here. The Four Swords are next to him. So this is not something that he's chosen to do. And we've got this kind of scythe swinging above him and it seems very threatening. So the message I was trying to convey with that is if there are things going on in your life that seem really difficult, or you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make this here, then it's important not to, well, it's easily said, if you're in this situation, to say, don't sweat it. I mean, obviously he is sweating it. So particularly if things seem pretty dire, or if there's some sort of perceived circumstance that puts your security and your well-being at risk, it's actually an illusion. And by looking at what this situation is all about and analyzing it and making sense of it in your own right, will then show you that these straps are really easy to escape from, and then you can just slide off the table. So this card says that if you're catastrophizing, or if you're seeing things just from one way, so I've got a big bill at the end of the year that my life is over, for example, very dramatic, then if you look at that again and you do research, you may find that actually there's a way out, that this isn't really going to threaten you. And it's important to do your own homework, because other people may not be as clear or may not be able to rescue you. No one's coming to his aid. What he does is he slips out of the constraints and he gets off the table himself. So that's really interesting, because not only are you living your life purpose, but if there's anything that seems to distract you from that, so let's say I want to have my own art gallery opening, right? But I'm in a tough position because I work 50 hours a day and I don't have the money to kind of start this or to host this kind of event. Then these two cards are saying, don't see that problem, for example, the lack of funds, as a definite no to your big opening. If you talk to other people, if you assess the circumstances, if you do all the research, you may either find that someone's willing to support you, and I'm sticking with that example, someone may invest in you so that it can happen, or that you find an alternative, you find a free spot for local artists, where you don't have to kind of make an investment to exhibit your work. But this card is saying that there's a better way forward, there's a way out, and this is really not what it seems. Things aren't as difficult as they may first appear to be. And then finally, we've got the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is actually very similar to this, because the Judgment in this deck, we've got this guy who's in a sorry state. He's being pulled out of his situation by his angels. The angel there in the back is blowing its trumpet. So one, the angels don't usually appear in the regular Judgment card. What does appear is this one with the trumpet, but these two don't show up. And I wanted these in my Judgment card because first, it's this moment of realization or this higher power calling you that you become aware of. So for instance, you're walking around town, you were doing some window shopping, and suddenly, boom, a light bulb goes off and it's like, hey, you should actually open your own shop. Or it's something that is really illuminating and immediately makes you feel like, hey, this is my life purpose. This could be very, very fulfilling. And then I did want to add these because sometimes those kind of ideas, it feels like, wow, this is so overwhelming. I don't know if, great, I've got the idea, but how am I going to do this? Little old me, how am I supposed to now make this happen? And that's where these two come in. Not only do the higher realms give you the right information, but they also lift you up and pull you out of a difficult situation and provide you with the strength to pursue your life mission. And I think that's an important distinction to make because sometimes we do have fabulous ideas that fire us up with excitement, but then it just seems so difficult and almost impossible that we abandon those things, which in fact would be very, very good for us. So if you get an amazing idea about your life purpose, take that seriously, listen to it. And secondly, ask for help and support and guidance from the higher realms, from your spirit guides, whoever you work with in an abstract spiritual way, that support and kind of feeling of this is possible will be provided. So both of these cards, this is someone who is just at the very beginning. And here is a woman who's gone through that process. Oh, this art thing is just too hard. Maybe I should give up on it. But she did ask for help. She took all the action steps that she could. And now she's in a position where she's overcome the difficulties and she's taking a bow and she's happy. So this spread is saying that the problems that keep you from living your truth or your best life, they're just that. Tiny little problems, even though they may seem to be huge, they're not meant to stop you. The potential of this day is to, one, overcome yourself and your own fears and doubts, And two, to overcome real world issues that may keep you stuck, you can blow all of those out of the water. So you're incredibly empowered, not just because you're passionate and fired up about something, but you have all the power available in the universe because you're so closely connected to the higher realms, and they're filling you with courage and enthusiasm and this amazing perspective that says, hey, if I feel it, if I love it, of course I can do it. And that's really a huge chunk of the process, isn't it? If you feel it, this absolute certainty that of course I can do this, then the likelihood is that you can. I'm always reminded of this, that the world is really designed for us. You know, I remember when I showed up in Sydney. I just finished university and I decided to move to Sydney. And I showed up at the airport with my suitcase and my bank card and nothing else. And within a day or two, I had a place to live. I'd met some nice people. I applied for the university in Sydney. The whole way, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering, but society and everything it's set up, and this is a particular way of looking at it, it's set up to allow you to thrive in some way. Art galleries do exist. They need pictures in there. So there is somehow a way in, a way through. And these cards are saying that that kind of mindset is very easy for you to embody on this day. And don't let anything stop you. You're the boss here. You have all the power in the world, in the universe. Number-wise, we've got the Queen, which is 1, and 4 is 5, and 20 is 25. Wow. 2 and 5 is 7, the mind and creativity. So get creative about your purpose. Ask your angels, what am I supposed to do with my life? If you have no idea, if nothing really interests you, that's a bad spot to be in. You'll hear the message very clearly, and then it'll allow you to overcome things that have held you back in the past. Amazing. So I hope you have a wonderful day here. If you'd like a personal reading, oh, and I'm just being prompted to say something else. It's not just that you're so connected with your angels and guides, but you're also connected with other people who are willing to help you. So the connection is key for you to make this thing go poof and disappear. Right. Okay, so if you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online, please. That would be super helpful. I use astrology, the tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. To draw up your birth charts, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, there's a process called chart rectification where I actually work out the time of birth manually by looking at 10 or more life events that you send to me. So once I have all of that, I can draw up your natal chart, and that really is a blueprint of you, and it offers so many answers and solutions. It's just wonderful. I can also look at what's coming up in future. So if you're questioning what to focus on in 2023, that can be very, very helpful. So if anything like that is on your mind, please do get in touch with me. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.